A very good morning, students. In today's experimental class, we'll be detecting one of the anions which is commonly asked in your salt analysis for class 11th and 12th. We are detecting the nitrate ion, and the procedure would be done by one of my students, Namita Jalala. She begins with her salt. Let's have a look at the salt first. The salt is not like a face powder. You can feel it in your fingers to check. It could be like sugar, could be like salt, but it definitely is not like face powder. So we ignore carbonate. It would never be a carbonate salt. We begin with this anion analysis. You will take the salt in a test tube. To it, you need to add dilute sulfuric acid. That's the first step of anions. Let's put dilute sulfuric acid to it. You will always be checking for the gas evolution in the experimental analysis for anions. While adding the reagent, check the gas evolution. No gas. There is not even a single bubble. Shows that there is absence of sulfite, sulfide, nitrite and carbonate. So all these are absent. You will again take a fresh sample of salt. In a separate test tube, she is taking another sample of the same salt. To this time, you need to add concentrated sulfuric acid. Be very careful while using concentrated sulfuric acid. It is very corrosive. So you preferably use a dropper for it. Adding concentrated sulfuric acid, observe while you are adding the acid. And we can see no bubbles, no evolution of a gas during the addition. You can add a little more to confirm check whether there is any evolution of gas or not. These fumes are only of sulfuric acid, though there is no bubble formation in the test tube. Shows that there is no gas evolved. To move ahead, whether there is any gas, so which means there is neither chloride, bromide or iodide. Bromide would have given us a brown flame, iodide a violet fumes, whereas chloride would have given us white fumes. None of them is there, so we move ahead to check for nitrate. For nitrate, you need to use the burner and a piece of paper. She'll put on the burner now, and then she would be using a piece of paper. There's no magic in the piece of paper. The piece of paper is just the carbon provider, where carbon is acting as the reducing agent. You already have sulfuric acid in the medium. Sulfuric acid acts as a dehydrating agent, removes water from the piece of paper, giving you carbon available. Adding the piece of paper to it. She'll now be using test tube holder since it's to be heated. On heating the contents, we observe a brown gas evolve. You can see the brown movement of this brown vapors upward. That indicates it's a brown gas which is observed. Let's have a closer look to the test tube. You can see it has a clear brown gas. This indicates that it is a nitrate anion. Doing the confirmatory test for nitrate is called as the brown ring test, which now Namita would be performing. For the brown ring test, you require a fresh test tube. You can use OS to begin with. For the OS, she is again preparing salt plus water to give you the OS. This is her OS ready. Roughly around 1 to 2 ml of OS is good enough. To this OS, you will need to add almost the same amount of freshly prepared ferrous sulfate. Mind you, freshly prepared because ferrous salts quickly transform into ferric by aerial oxidation. So you always require the ferrous sulfate to be fresh. Addition of ferrous sulfate, the two solutions are miscible. Now the solution has OS plus ferrous sulfate. Now is the catch. The final step of the brown ring test involves addition of sulfuric acid slowly, carefully, cautiously from the sides of the test tube to observe a brown ring. The brown ring would be towards the middle of the solution only if the amount of concentrated sulfuric acid is higher. So see to it that at least 1 ml of concentrated sulfuric acid is added through the sides of the test tube. That's how it's to be done. Touch the test tube with a dropper and keep pressing it in. This would cause sulfuric acid to move in. She would require a little more. This I don't think is around 1 ml. Another dropper full of sulfuric acid might be required without any movement, because if you move, your brown ring would blend into the solution. Touch the test tube. Touch the test tube with the dropper. You can see there's a brown ring formation. Slowly make the test tube a little straight, and now observe there is a ring below. The ring is away from the bottom of the test tube only if the acid content is higher. And she's added around 1 ml of the acid, so the ring is just about 1 ml above the bottom of the test tube. This is how you perform the brown ring test, which is the final confirmatory test for nitrate. I hope we have clarified the testing of nitrate in the lab. Fine, we end the class now.